Hey everyone, if you are up to date on my Instagram and TikTok, and if you're not, I'm a little disappointed that you haven't followed me by now, then you'll know that I have been diving into Art the Clown and his adventures in Terrifier. From All Hallows Eve to Terrifier 2, here I'm going to present a fun little feature on all the movies I've just watched in the last week. Also remember, you on my page, you're not safe from spoilers here. So, to start off, I did go to the beginning and I watched All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve is an anthology movie where Art the Clown was originated. This movie is about a kid who receives a mystery VHS in his trick-or-treat bag. For you younger kids who don't know what a VHS was, it was a pain in the ass. In fact, this is a VHS. This is what we watched our movies on. And they were a pain in the ass. Because unlike DVDs and Blu-ray where you could just hit the stop button once or twice and the whole movie would start over again, you had a button and you had to sit there and watch as the entire thing was rewound. And let me tell you, renting one of these, yes, I'm aging myself quite a bit, was a pain in the ass as well. Because you'd get home, you'd be all excited for that Friday night movie night, only to find out that you have to sit there for 15 years to rewind the damn thing. And if you had a shitty VCR, it literally felt like 15 years. But I digress. The stories in this movie all tie in with Art the Clown. Even the last segment, it's all about him and him alone. And at the very end of the movie, Art comes, kills kids, kills babysitter because, well, what the hell else is a clown supposed to do on Halloween? Overall, All Hallows Eve is a fun watch. Like, it's not as brutal as Terrifier and Terrifier 2. That definitely comes later. But it's a nice introduction to him, and I highly recommend it for at least one watch. It's actually currently streaming on Amazon Prime. Next, I did watch the sequel, All Hallows Eve 2, because conveniently, that's on Amazon as well. And I knew, I had a strong feeling going into this one, Art wasn't going to be in it. But you know what? I'm a completist. The movie is another anthology, mysterious VHS and all, but I couldn't tell you how many segments there were because there's a lot. And none of them are actually memorable. Some of the segment times, they all range from a minute to a few minutes, but after a while, I just kept hoping each segment would be the last. And that was at the 45-minute mark that I realized, a give or take. So it was going to, could this be oh, fuck. Okay, this is the one, no? Fuck. Okay, this has to be the last, son of a bit, but you get my point. This movie is also, again, streaming on Amazon. Consider this a fair warning that if you stumble across it, just don't fucking watch it. It's really not worth it. And of course, we can't do a Terrifier feature without me going back and rewatching Terrifier. So this was the second rewatch for me. I watched it, I think about a year after it came out initially. I stumbled across it on Netflix and it's like, yeah, let's check it out. And I remember loving it and being very grossed out by it. So Terrifier lives up to its name. Art the Clown is fucking terrifying. I have never been scared of a clown in my life. Pennywise, killer clowns from outer space. Those clowns did not scare me. Art the Clown? No. Gross. This movie is a great slasher. It's brutal. It's gory. It can be fucking disturbing. The hacksaw scene, I cannot watch in its entirety. And if you know what I'm talking about, girl hanging upside down, starting from a certain genitalia area, you know what I'm talking about. So if you like fucked up and brutal killer clowns, highly recommend this gem. It's actually streaming on Tubi. I know Tubi has ads throughout the movies, but if you're a millennial, Gen X, whatever, I'm a millennial. If you are a millennial and down, not even a minute of ads, that's nothing compared to the centuries of commercials we would have had to watch on TV when we were younger. Plus, Tubi is free. Should we complain about the ads? Really? Now, Terrifier 2. This one I have to say, I liked it. I am a little mixed on some things, though. So, first of all, the movie's full of gore and brutality, which is what we truly could have asked for in a slasher movie, and man, Damien Leone fucking delivers. So, the effects are great. It's awesome that they use like steered away from CGI, but unfortunately they do look a little campy and very obviously fake. I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if that was an accident, but you know what? It works for me and I loved it. Also, while watching this, I really have to ask because we got a whole coochie thing going on in the first one, and then in the second one, a guy gets a knife to his private areas. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, so bear with me. I'm still learning here. What is Art's obsession with mutilating genitalia? Like, at least he's not gender biased on it, but at the same time, come on, man. And also, when did he become a cannibal? Like, I know I just rewatched the first movie. I don't remember him eating people. He was chowing down on a kid in the second one. Either way. Like all slashers, this one does start getting a little supernatural. It's not really explained though, and there's a lot of questions we're left with. Like, what's the force causing Art to come back to life? Because he shot himself in the head in the first one, and then he's magically alive in the next one. Well, okay, if you watch the first one right to the end, he pops up and starts, getting all murdery again. But how are Sienna and Jonathan, our main kids, how are they connected to him? Because we see their dead dad's journal where there's drawings of Art. He also leaves, like, a magic sword to Sienna? Like, what the hell? That's not explained. What's with the creepy, like, miniature Art 2.0 following him around that only seems to be seen by Art and Sienna and Jonathan? Like, what the hell? And why the fuck is Victoria, our survivor from the first movie, who's locked in an asylum after the first movie and then getting released and going on a talk show and mutilating this talk show host so she gets put back in the fucking asylum? Because, well, obviously, she gives birth to Art's decapitated head? What the fuck? Not to mention, like, all the stuff she was, like, taking from, she's giving birth and bleeding profusely because, well, I've given birth. I know there's a lot of blood down there. But she's just, like, writing words all over the wall, and, again, I won't go into that. And it's kind of a nice throwback to, like, All Hallows Eve, if I really think about it, because after Art's actual segment, like, we see a girl mutilated with these words, like, carved into her, and it's all over the walls in her asylum room. But then there's an Art plus Victoria, and that's gross. And then she's just cradling his decapitated head, and that's in the post-credits scene. But at least we know what the fucked up post-credits scene that definitely opens up for Art to return in Terrifier 3. And as much as I am positive they're going to explain the whole supernatural force, I just really hope they don't butcher it and, like, let us down. Like, actually give us something good that we're like, yeah, I can run with this. But overall, that being said, that is all I really have to say on Art the Clown and his movies. Again, if you have suggestions on movies or series, let me know. But until next time, I'm just going to keep doing my thing.